Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast, episode number 628. I'm your host, Christopher Jones, coming to you from Merritt, British Columbia. We're going into the playoffs. It's officially the 2025 CFL season is over. We now have the playoffs and then the Grey Cup. Wow. 21 weeks of football is gone, just like that. It just seems like we just were in training camp and now the season's over. It's terrible and disgusting, but it is what it is. And the playoffs are, we now have, let's go back and start over for a second. That's the first year that I can remember where almost every game in week 21 was relevant.
Yep.
Every game mattered. Every game had consequences to it. Not for all teams, obviously. Edmonton, Toronto, and
Saskatchewan,
Ottawa were out of the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
and Saskatchewan didn't really have. Their position was sewed up, but everything else was up in the air to the very last game, and so it was exciting. It was good football. We're going to go over the 4 games really quickly, and then we're going to do we're going to preview the 2 big playoff games coming up. And we're going to talk about a whole pile of different things because all sorts of shit's happened, including Bob Dice being fired immediately after the game on Saturday, Friday. Doesn't matter.
Saturday.
Okay, so let's introduce the panel. We got William MacDonald. Will, how you doing, buddy?
I am good. I'm glad playoffs are here because I was starting to get a little bored. And yeah. So playoffs this weekend, and who knows what's going to happen?
Okay, Michael Dennis, Portland, Oregon. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing really good. I really enjoyed this past CFL season, my first, and I'm really excited about these playoffs. I think they're going to be really exciting.
They should be. The playoffs are the second season. Actually, it's the third season for the CFL because the second season starts on Labor Day. And now that you are a veteran CFL fan, so to speak, do you see what we mean by the season changes at Labor Day?
It was completely significantly different after Labor Day because of all the NFL signings that came into the various teams. So the level of play throughout the league improved after Labor Day.
Except unless you're a Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan, because they usually tank right after Labor Day.
It's a different conversation.
It's a thing that just happens. Okay.
They didn't lose every game. They didn't lose every game.
You know what's going to be nice? For the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'm not going to be getting flooded on Edmonton jokes.
Why?
Because we're not in the play.
We have more time, and we have more time in the off season, Mike.
Oh yeah. We're not going to stop. Are you serious? Okay.
Hey, I'll just say this, Mike. You only have one way to go now. That's up.
Yeah, it's up. That's right. Okay. Last on the panel, Scott Morridge. How are you doing? Regina, Saskatchewan. Like he seriously lives there on purpose.
Yeah. On purpose, yes. I am doing great. Like everyone else has said, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. And one of the things I like most about the playoffs is everyone is now 0-0. And anything can happen. One win, you're in. One win, you're out. Lost, you're out. So anything's possible.
Will you be at the Western Final there, buddy?
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, okay, cool.
I would not miss that.
Cool.
Okay. So we had 4 games. Like I said, they were all significant. The first one was the Ottawa Red Blacks went into Hamilton to play the Ticats. And this was relevant because if Hamilton won this game, they would sew up or they would secure top spot in the Eastern Division and the bye. And that's pretty much what happened. Ottawa, for the most part, mailed this game in. We didn't expect much from them, but I was really kind of disappointed in the lack of aggressiveness by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. they didn't come out with a killer instinct. That they did win, and they did win by a significant margin. So don't get me wrong. They did do it. They did do what they needed to do to win, to secure their playoff position. But they just were not aggressive in that aspect of things. And I think that going into a bye week for the semifinals, they needed to show a little bit more aggressiveness, and they didn't. So I'm a little leery about them coming into the playoffs. So anybody want to say anything on this game?
I would kind of disagree from the standpoint. I thought that Levi Mitchell played a pretty good game. This was the worst game Kenny Lawler had played all year. I don't even think he was even shown up. But outside of that,
6 passes for 35 yards.
But I will say I have to apologize and eat crow with Will. Will is absolutely right. Bo Levi Mitchell is a candidate for MOP. I was wrong.
Of course he is. 100% he is.
Yeah, strong one.
And he could actually win, to be honest with you.
That's not going to happen.
If they do it the way they've done it in the past.
Well, I think it's going to get possibly political, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Who did Hamilton play? I can't even remember. Ottawa. Well, what did you expect?
Exactly.
I mean, the score was what I expected.
I mean,
they didn't have a chance. It wasn't close.
Some of those guys were probably playing for jobs. Not that it matters now because Bob Dice is gone. Okay, and I was reading today, like almost that entire team is free agents this year.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's
Sean Burke's got his work cut out for him.
There's some decent guys in there that I'd love to see playing on other teams. So
why didn't they get rid of their general manager along with their coach?
That's a great question.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
That's a great question.
Lack of options, maybe? I don't know.
And CJ, do you think you know who's going to be their head coach? They wouldn't do
Rick
that.
Campbell.
You think so?
Henry. I think it's going to be Henry Burris.
Well, they keep on. I've seen.
I don't think that's any better.
Oh, no, I don't think so either. But that's what I think it's going to be. He's an Ottawa icon. So. Yeah,
but isn't the offensive coordinator for your Saskatchewan team in the running for that job as well?
Technically,
there's a lot of people that are going to be in the running for it, but Rick Campbell's they signed him already for this position a year ago.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of coordinators interviewed, but no, he's not.
I don't think he's got enough experience.
No.
To be honest with you.
No. Everyone is going to be a candidate right now.
Yeah.
Cody Fajardo's probably a candidate.
The problem with this is that Ottawa is such a shit team and they need a coach. You're going to end up with somebody with no experience. And that is a recipe for disaster. And that's why bad teams stay bad. And it was just a fluke. And I'll say it's a fluke that BC, Saskatchewan, and Edmonton did find rookie coaches that were quality.
But they also found...
Usually they go through a learning curve where the teams suck. And Mark Killam made a difference in Edmonton this year. Buck Pierce made a difference in BC. And Corey Mace made a difference in Saskatchewan last year.
But they also, they also had a whole lot of success with the teams that they were already with.
100% they did.
So, but you're right. There's still usually that curve.
You know what? I looked at Ottawa, the players. Ottawa's got some pretty good players on their team.
They have a good team.
There was no reason that they were this bad this year other than, I hate to say it, coaching.
Underutilized.
Right. So can you blame the GM for putting that team together? Or do you blame the coach for not getting out of it what they needed to? Because it's a pretty good team.
Well, that's why they keep on saying that Burke has one more year. Okay.
Yeah. I would think he does.
And if the team is shit again next year, he's gone.
Yeah, but if you do that, then you got to change coaches again, because the GM is going to want their own person in that role.
Possibly.
Maybe.
We'll see.
At
It
that
depends
point,
if
though,
they
it's a
hire a
complete-
quality coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just hypothetically say this is something stupid. Okay. Rick Campbell is promoted to head coach of the Ottawa Redblacks. Okay. Oh, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's
Yeah.
why he was hired for this position. So next year they fire Sean Burke. Do they make Rick Campbell the head coach GM?
No.
Oh, you say no. But that's an act of stupidity that a team would do
Mhm.
just to save money.
Well, the one thing that I've learned from studying the CFL this year is with the coaching cap, they're going to be hamstrung to a certain degree because they're paying Bob Dyson next year.
Correct.
And what about does that also include that they're going to fire all of the assistants?
Not necessarily.
No.
Rick
Not
Campbell's an
necessarily.
assistant.
It depends on what the new coach wants.
Yep.
Sorry, William, I didn't mean to talk over you.
It's okay.
If you take in Mr. Idiot over there, he's already a part of that team, so he likely keeps a lot of that together. Rick Campbell.
Excuse me. Who's Mr. Idiot?
Rick Campbell.
Campbell.
Craig Dickinson coaches in Calgary. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah, but why would you hire a coach that you fired? He went to BC, was not successful, got fired. Why would you bring him back?
Because he
He
won a
Grey
Grey Cup.
Cup there. He won a Grey Cup there.
Yeah, with an all-American team, according to the professor.
What?
It wasn't all American, but
It wasn't all
it
American.
definitely labeled. It was heavy on the American side of things. They didn't have to abide by the racial rules in the beginning.
So they were able to
just-
stack however they pleased.
I just think that if you're going to change a culture, which is exactly what Edmonton did last year when they decided to fire the GM and they fired the coach, they wanted to get a whole brand new fresh start and get a whole new culture, and that's exactly what I think Ottawa needs.
Yeah, but I don't think it's got anything to do with Ottawa's culture. The first and most important thing, and you'll discover this in Edmonton next year, Mike, it doesn't matter about the culture. If you don't have a quarterback, you're screwed.
You're right.
True story.
I mean, Rick Campbell, do you think he had a good culture in BC last year? Nope. But he had two good quarterbacks. So,
yeah, but both of them were worth a pinch of coon shit last year.
well, they were both hurt or running away from the offensive line that didn't work. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Lions fan. I was not happy with last season at all. So, okay. So this game ended up at Hamilton 35, Ottawa 15, total of 50 points. We all picked Hamilton. Oh, no. Will was off the board here. He went with Ottawa. So Charles nailed it with 50 extra points. Will got 32. CJ got 34. Rick got 26. Sparky got 38. Mike got 40. And Scotty got 36. There we go. The next game up had some implications here. This was Calgary into Edmonton. Edmonton was already out of the playoffs, so there was nothing for them to play for other than pride or jobs or whatever you want to call it. But Calgary was working for a playoff position. They needed to win to keep their option of hosting the semifinals open. They could not finish lower than third. They were not going to cross over no matter what. So they were secured in the Western Division, but they just didn't know whether they were playing in second or third place. So they had to win, and they did.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't a decisive game. I mean, it was a low-scoring game.
It was well
William,
played defensively.
What's that?
It was well played defensively.
Yeah.
I don't think Calgary was ever in danger of losing, to be honest with you.
Nope.
They weren't that impressive, but Edmonton's not that impressive. And Fajardo probably played one of his worst games in my mind. So, and once again, I mean, their running back, he got stopped every place he went. So, and that's what Calgary does. They stop the run game, so you're one-dimensional. And
then
Edmonton's not good enough when they're one-dimensional.
Edmonton's zero-dimensional if you stop the run.
Yeah.
It didn't help the fact that we lost 2 offensive linemen during the course of the game. And even with them, Cody Fajardo couldn't move the ball. Our offense is just not there. Defensively in the second half, I thought our defensive play really in the second half was really good. And it was very competitive, and it showed and gave Edmonton Elks fans that there's hope in our team for next year.
And I tend to wonder if that's the truth, because I still think a game like that is really a nothing game. Sorry. Was it the Grey Cup for Calgary? No, it wasn't. And they played accordingly. So
they just needed to play well enough to beat Edmonton. That's not setting the bar really high.
And save injuries.
But I do think it did give out Calgary and specifically Dedrick Mills momentum going into the playoffs. He played really well.
Well, he had no resistance.
Yeah, but he always plays really well. He's been playing well this year, period. So
he's a great running back.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from him. He's been playing great lights out football all day, all year.
Yeah.
That's why 2 years ago when Kadeem Carey said, "Give me more money or I'm leaving Calgary," they said, "Okay, see ya."
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this was Calgary 20 points, Edmonton 10. Total of 30. Everybody across the board on this one picked Calgary. Will with his homer pick. He was anyhow. So nobody got any Mike got an extra 14 points because he went low with 44. So you're the only one that picked up points in this entire thing. I mean, we all got 100, but that doesn't count. Okay, the next game was the Montreal Alouettes went into Winnipeg to play the Blue Bombers. And this was a Winnipeg rested a bunch of people. It just seemed really weird that they were going to not start all of the players because they were actually trying to fight for a playoff position, staying in the Western Division. So they had to win for any hope of that happening. And Montreal was playing for a home playoff spot, and they rested their starter, Davis Alexander, which was really kind of weird. They, actually, it's not really, because Hamilton had already secured top spot, so Montreal had nothing to play for. So, yeah, rest your starter, and I think that's kind of what I had said last show, but we'll see what happens. But so this was an interesting game. Low scoring again. Can't call it a relatively great defensive game. I didn't think Winnipeg showed a lot of momentum going into the playoffs with this one, and Montreal showed up.
I would say in this game, the benefit for Winnipeg is having Wilson get a lot of snaps in case Collaros gets hurt in the playoffs. Because I think Wilson's a better quarterback than Strebler.
Oh my God!
Nobody's going to argue with that.
No, I'm going to argue with that. If Collaros gets knocked out, Wilson's not going to fucking do anything. Sorry.
No,
Wilson can throw a 15-yard pass.
Yeah, that's it. That's nice. Okay,
but that's better. That's better than, and he can run too.
Yeah, but he looked shell shocked for most of that game. Okay, like come on,
Strebler.
There's a reason.
I'm not saying.
No, here's the scary thing. I don't know what the reason is, but there's a reason Strebler is number 2 and Wilson is number 3. I don't know what that reason is. Okay, but
I think Strebler's got the worst
of reality
arm in the
right
league.
there.
Yeah,
that is reality. And Strebler was taken out of that game. He had a non-contact injury on his left knee, which is the knee that he had ripped
Younged up last
3
year.
ligaments last year and rehabbed it. And this knee self-destructed on him on a play. And he went down and he stayed down. And they took him off into the tent where he used some choice words. And they had to turn off the mics for TSN. And then he came out. Zach Collaros went in to see him. Zach came out very saddened. And then Chris Stredler, they hobbled him off to the dressing room where his girlfriend, wife, whatever, significant other met him, and they were hugging and embracing and stuff like that. And it just looked like he knew it was the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done.
You know, when a shot putter's knees go, he has nothing left, okay? Just saying.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
And you know what? Don't get me wrong. I do not think Chris Stredler is a quarterback worthy of playing in this league. Okay. That being said, he brings an element to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers that they are going to miss.
Yep.
Okay. Whether it is leadership, whether it is comical relief, whether it's just his machoism, whatever
they might have room on their
is.
cheerleading team.
Yeah, kind of goes back to John Cornish type of thing over in Calgary.
Oh, don't talk to me about John Cornish, please. Every time I see that, I cry, okay?
But it's a shame. Really is a shame.
It is.
He's the chancellor. Oh, wait a minute. He is the chancellor of the University of Calgary. And he's still, how? What do you mean how? Really, 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 really educated guy, okay? Like he's a brainiac, okay? Believe it or not. But he still insists on running up and down the sidelines with that fucking Calgary flag. It drives me nuts. Okay? It makes me crazy.
Okay. So
I thought you had a beautiful blonde on a horse doing that.
No, she's a different, and you know what, Mike, just so you know, she's only been doing that now for 3 years. They replaced her with her mother did it for years, and this is the daughter. The mother got really fat.
Really fat.
And so did the horse. And so did the horse.
They replaced her with Shania Twain.
So
they replaced it with Shania Twain.
There you go.
Okay, so this was I am deeply saddened that Chris Stredler,
me too,
was injured to that capacity. That it's a terrible way to go out.
And if I remember correctly, in 2019, he won a game that was very significant because Collaros was hurt, and he did it all with his running, and the team they were playing as had no answer for him.
Yeah, it was called a Grey Cup game.
No, it wasn't the Grey Cup game.
No. It was middle of the season.
Yeah.
Or near the end of the season, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously he was part of that team in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, so this was the Montreal Alouettes 10, Winnipeg 19, total of 29 points. The over-under took a shit kicking this week in the unders here. So CJ did a late game audible on this and jumped from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to the Montreal Alouettes. So I ended up with 0 points. Will ended up with 0 on that. Rick also took Winnipeg, as did Sparky and Scott. So only Mike. No, I did this backwards. Sorry. I did the audible and went from Winnipeg to Montreal. So Will, CJ, and Mike took Montreal. Everybody else had Winnipeg for the win. And nobody got points out of that. So that was an iffy game. So where am I going? Fourth game now. BC Lions went into Saskatchewan to play the Riders. This was a game of controversy, and we'll go over a few of that. This was a must-win for BC to host the Western semifinal. If they lost this game because of Calgary winning and Winnipeg winning, BC would have been the crossover team. So they would have gone from second to fourth. There's no way for them to have, only if they had tied, they could have stayed at third, and Calgary would have hosted it. Winnipeg would have had to cross all over if it was a tie. Saskatchewan was a nothing game for them. They had already secured top spot, but this was the last game of the season, and it went on. And BC opened this game with an opening drive, one play, 65 yards, touchdown. Wow. What a way to say hello. When we said this game in Saskatchewan, how do you play in Saskatchewan with Rider fans? You quiet them early.
Yeah.
And that took the wind out of their sails real fast.
Yeah, all you heard in the stands was but they came back with the next drive and went all the way, so that brought them right back.
Yeah. Trevor Harris was in 9 plays.
Yeah, I mean, the first half of that football game, from an offensive point of view, was fantastic. Second half, not so much, but the first half was great. I mean, both offenses were, call what you will, but they were doing really well.
Yeah. We had some controversial plays in there. Keon Hatcher was trying to lunge backwards over the goal line. He got speared in the back of the head and fumbled the football, of which Saskatchewan recovered the football and ran it down for a touchdown. Although there had been an early whistle to stop the play, I don't know why the spearing penalty wasn't called, and it should have been BC football on the 1 yard line, first and goal. Because if you look at the picture, the Saskatchewan Rough Rider guy lowered his head to hit with the crown of his helmet in the back of Keon Hatcher's head. That is a blatant penalty. Why wasn't it called? Don't know. But
there were a lot of weird things with that play.
There was a lot of weird things that happened in this game.
Don't you think there's a challenge in the refereeing in this league that this is the third time where the referees have blown their whistle, and if they hadn't, the opposition on a fumble would have returned it for a touchdown? Shouldn't they let the play go on?
They're supposed to. What the explanation that was given is, and it makes no sense, they should have just kept their mouth shut, is the referee thought that the BC player crossed the goal line, which, great, but let that continue out, because there's no way that you can crystal clear on that play say, oh, he crossed it. So you have to let them fight to make sure he does get in. So you can't blow the whistle on that. You got to let the play continue. They didn't. It is what it is. The whistle went. They can't overturn that, even though a lot of stupid fans think that it should have been. I actually had a dispute with significant amount of fans on both this play and the play that we're going to be talking about next. Is if that was the flip side and it was a Rider receiver at the goal line and the ball came out and the whistle went, every single Rider fan would have sat there and said, nope, that's cool. We have the ball at the 3 yard line. They have the ball at the 3 yard line. That's fine.
The bias is huge.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whistle went. It shouldn't have, but it went. Bottom line, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And same thing like with the play in the end zone there for BC on the other side. And I'm at fault for not waiting until I got home to watch the play. It was plain and simple. And again, I talked to so many Rider fans. I said, if that was a Rider receiver in the end zone, you'd have been A-okay with it being called a catch. All of them shut up. So it was a nice catch. I can't deny it.
Something about this chair that when I move the wrong way, I get a cramp in my hamstring.
It's called the fat thing, and you're getting old.
Called old age.
So
Oh my
we'll lead the
God.
discussion.
That is so painful. Oh, didn't mean to disappear like that, but shit happens,
It's
okay?
okay.
Ow.
It's all good. I got my rant out.
I never
I
talk
even
about
caught-
I never talk about the refs, Mike, because you're wasting your time.
You're
Because
wasting your time.
they're part of the game, and you just gotta live with it. Mind you, in the Calgary game, they did make a great call on that Rankin thing. I don't know if you saw it, Mike, where he hit the ball before he crossed the goal line, and they all ran by the ball, and the Calgary player picked it up, and it was called Calgary's ball. So that
Yeah,
was a smart football player.
That was
No,
a
I knew,
proper
I
call.
knew that. I knew they made that was the right call.
Yep.
I'm not
I
going
want to
argue
know why
that.
Rankin didn't pick the ball up.
He tried,
Because
and then he stopped.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. He turned around to pick up the ball and then he walked away from it.
Yeah,
But
when
they
it bounced
said-
away, he just.
But they also said the official signaled a touchdown. Maybe
The
that's
official
why.
did, yeah. The original guy did.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but it was clear. It was clear that he should have picked up the ball and
He
good-
should have.
and
As
good
well
for-
as the other six Elks that walked by it. Okay.
and
Well,
it was
and that's
it was
why
pretty
this
good.
has happened before. And then the official ruling on it is that the ball wasn't picked up in a timely manner. So it still is Edmonton's ball on the 1 yard line.
The way I look at
It
it
should have
is
been.
Should
the
have been.
way I look at it is everybody was distracted by the goalpost at the front of the end zone, and when they push them all the way to the back, we'll be great. Okay.
But this is
Yeah.
this is my question, and I don't know how you have worked the rules around it. In no way, shape, or form was that immediate recovery. It took like 10 seconds for the Calgary guy to pick it
Yep.
up. That should have been ruled dead ball. So
Should have
I
been a
don't
dead
know.
ball.
I don't know what the ruling is or how they determine that.
Yeah, but who? No, in a case like that, if they did call it a dead ball,
Edmonton at the 1.
well, why? Because wouldn't if the Calgary guy touched the ball last, wouldn't if he had possession?
Doesn't matter,
No.
dead ball.
Oh, Calgary,
If
Edmonton
you don't
touched it
immediately
last.
if you don't immediately recover, it goes down wherever it came out.
I don't know.
But
I still haven't. You know what? One of the things I can't wrap my head around it, and I saw it in the NFL this weekend. That bullshit, and I call it bullshit. Maybe you guys agree with me or don't disagree with me. When the ball is tipped, there's no pass interference after that.
It's bullshit.
I
live
don't
ball.
understand that. I don't understand
it's
that.
stupid.
That's
stupid.
a dumb rule.
Okay. I'm glad you guys agree. Because I want to rip my hair out every time I see that.
Yeah.
So
no, it's
just
stupid.
because the ball's been tipped, you're allowed to drill the receiver?
Makes no sense to me.
Well, it's like on a if the receiver has the football and you punch it out, you still have to touch it again.
Yep.
So that's to me that's the same thing.
Yeah, but the
It
thing
should
about
have to
it,
be
in the NFL, if you punch the ball out and it goes out of bounds, you've got the whoever, if you're the opponent trying to get the ball, you have to actually get the ball and have possession of it. Whereas in the CFL, it's based on who's the last person that touched it.
Yes. I didn't know that that's the rule in the NFL, but in the
Yeah.
CFL, all you have to do is bat the ball out of bounds and it's yours.
yeah.
You actually have to have possession in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
That's
Joe.
a silly rule.
Yeah. Well, it's the NFL.
It's last man who touched it.
We
Okay.
have a lot of silly rules out there.
That's a silly game. Okay, so
Anyways.
this was the BC. Oh, you want to talk about that Hatcher catch at the end there, Scott?
Oh, I already went on my rant. I'll tell you what I said, and you'll probably agree to this one. Many forums, many discussions with Rider fans on this one, and I said, if, for the sake of argument, Keon Hatcher was Sam Amelis, it was the Riders in the same in the offense at that time, and Sam Amelis would have made the catch or not catch, Rider fans would have had absolutely no issues with that being a catch.
Correct.
They they have so much problems, and I said called a few people out on it. Rider fans have an issue with separating the game and the emotions. I will admit, I was at the
No,
game. I was at the game, and
no. Tell me
generally
it's not so.
speaking, I wait till I get home. I didn't. I voiced my opinion quite loudly. Went home, watched the
Yes.
game, went, fuck.
Yeah. We had some discussions while you were at the stadium. And then, you know what? And William, you and I have talked about Scott, sometimes behind his back, but we have said that he is not the normal Rider fan. He actually came back onto the group and said, I apologize. I was wrong.
Yeah, I did see that.
How do
I
you
did see
respond
that.
to that? You just have to respect it.
Well, no, I would kick him out of all the rider groups right now because he's not a real Rider fan then.
No, he's not a
Oh,
real
Will,
Rider fan.
don't worry. I'm well on my way. Don't worry. I'm well on my way.
No,
There was a few groups that told me my business wasn't appreciated anymore.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because and over my time I've ran into Rider fans, okay? There was the Rider games I went to, the Labor Day
Physically
games.
or mentally?
Well, the Labor Days that I went to in my 20s in Regina, they were really, really ugly games. Okay, because honestly, I was usually drunk. And
but the funny thing is,
yep.
the funny thing is, and I've said this one before, Rider fans, Winnipeg fans, the two ugliest, craziest, stupidest, whatever you want to call fan bases.
I agree.
And you know who's winning the season by how stupid they act. But the weird thing is, Labor Day and Banjo Bowl, the fans get along wonderful. For the most part.
I guess in 1982.
Different story.
When I was 20. Yeah.
Different
as a matter of fact, about 5 or 6 years ago, I phoned a couple of my buddies up from Winnipeg and said, hey, you want to go to Regina for Labor Day? And all I got was silence. And it's like, well, when we went with you when we were in our 20s, we almost died because of your big fucking mouth.
Yeah.
So no, we're not going.
Rider fans get involved emotionally, and they have a hard time it takes a week for fans to detach. If you go to Rider fans this weekend, they'll be like, "Yeah, well, it is what it is." For the most part.
I have been to a Winnipeg game. I went to Winnipeg's Calgary game in Winnipeg, and those fans are just as stupid as some of the Saskatchewan fans.
Oh, 100%.
Because I've never told CJ this. I've never told CJ this, but I sat in Mark Weddall's section, and I am sorry, he surrounded himself with morons. Okay, they're all morons.
Me and him go at it on a regular.
Okay.
Me and him go at it on a regular.
So what happened with your Saskatchewan fans last week? Your stadium wasn't even full.
What's that?
Your stadium wasn't full last week.
No. There's reasons for that. It's not because people work or people are farming or people are traveling or people are this. I mean, those are minor numbers that affect. It's Craig Reynolds.
Really?
Until Craig Reynolds is gone, the stadium will not be full. Though it'll be full for certain games, but not. I mean, we're still lucky. We're second best in the league for attendance, but we should be right up there with Winnipeg. But it's Craig Reynolds.
You are new to the CFL, but it wasn't that long ago where there was a 10-year wait list for season tickets with the Riders.
Yeah.
What happened? Craig Reynolds did it?
Yep. Yes.
Craig Reynolds
he destroyed that team.
It up. He took all the season ticket holders' benefits away. He took everything away for the sake of his own.
There was literally
bonus.
A 10-year wait list to get the season tickets.
Yeah. And it'll get back there once Reynolds is gone.
It seems
but he's not leaving anytime soon.
Nope. Well,
especially if they win a Grey Cup in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
there's a lot riding on this season for him. There's two
I
things
don't
riding
know.
on. There's two things riding because his contract is up at the end of this year. So there's two
So?
things riding on it: Western Final and a potential Grey Cup. If they don't sell out the Western Final, he's in trouble. And if they don't make it to the Grey Cup, I think he's in trouble.
Why is he in trouble? Don't you think Jeremy O'Day and Corey Mace would be in trouble more than the president? It's not the president that's putting the team on the field. He's the one that's running the business.
It's the lack of attendance that's the problem. And there's a lot of things that happen. They made it to the Western Final last year. They shouldn't have been there, but they made it there. They got their asses handed to them. The next follow-up year, you have to do better. You just can't match it. And when you don't match it, things happen. I think you're right. I don't think he will, but I'm hoping.
Don't you?
As am I. I just like the man with a passion.
Yeah.
I'm at
for
a
a lot of
loss.
reasons.
I'm at a loss because if you take a look at the other teams, and my team in particular has an attendance problem, and I know the history of why they have their issues in Edmonton. Why would you give up? Saskatchewan has a beautiful stadium.
Mm-hmm.
You have a great fan base, and if you have a 10-year waiting list, why would you screw that up? Why?
Because he wants his bonus. He doesn't care. And then
Michael, we'll talk about Craig Reynolds offline, okay? Because
that's an off-season topic. That's an off-season topic.
Okay.
It's an off-season topic, but it's an off-the-air topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, anyhow, where were we going to finish this game here?
Well, we finished with the score and everything. We just got to go to the points.
We got to go to the points. It was 27-21 for the BC Lions. Total of 48 points. Will took Saskatchewan. Everybody else had BC. Charles got an extra 26. Will got 28. CJ got 30. Rick 22. Sparky 36. Mike 36. And Scott with 38. Okay. So we had a change of leadership on the final standings. Charles took top spot. He actually got the most amount of points for the week, and he did take top place in the final standings. Although we're not over because we still have the great playoffs and Grey Cup and everything. He's at 7,084. Sparky's 24 back at 70-60. CJ's a little bit back at 70-24. Will is 500 points off of that. Rick is 400 points off of Will. And then Mike and Scott only came in partway through the season, so they're way back there. So that's the final standings for the season. Although we're not complete, we're still going on. The Pick'em standings ended up with Charles, CJ, and Sparky all at 53 and 28. Will at 48 and 33. Rick at 46 and 35.
Rick is on a streak.
Yeah. Scott ended up 22 and 1 out of his picks. Pretty fucking amazing in my opinion, okay? Mike, you were 25 and 13.
That's very good.
Okay. Because you kept picking Edmonton. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 playoff games coming up. The first game is the Eastern semifinals played in Montreal, and we have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers crossing over from the Western Division to the Eastern Division. Don't think we're going to explain what the crossover means or is right now. This is Craig Reynolds. Well, yeah.
Supposed to be an off-the-screen topic.
That's not fair.
I couldn't resist.
But
I'm
accurate.
sorry.
No more hearing, no more looking at the days.
Fuck.
Woo.
You're an asshole.
Yeah. Takes one to know one, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so the first game in the Eastern Finals, semifinals is Winnipeg into Montreal. CFL.ca media have taken straight across Montreal, with the exception of Pat Steinberg, has taken the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. So it's Montreal by 5.5 points with an over-under of 48.5. Sparky is taking Montreal at 49. Rick is taking Winnipeg at 58. I have a pen here. Charles is taking Montreal at 50, and CJ is taking Montreal at 54. Okay. I got a hockey players coming in the background here. William, what do you want to do?
Well, so I
Come on, guys. Leave your bags.
I do believe Alexander is a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. I think Montreal has a good defense. Okay. But I think Brady Oliveira. Montreal doesn't have a running game in my mind.
No.
I think Brady Oliveira, he's a good running back, obviously. Okay. And if Zach Collaros gets hot, he's still a good quarterback. And he's had a week off, and maybe his brain fog is a little less foggy. So I'm going to go with Winnipeg, 52.
If Winnipeg wins this game, they will be the first Western team to get to the Grey Cup through the crossover.
No,
I don't think Hamilton will stop them.
You don't think so, eh?
No.
I wonder.
I don't think Winnipeg can stop them, or Hamilton can stop them.
I wonder about Alexander, because sometimes I think he gets really, 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 really hyped. And I guarantee you he's going to be really, really, really hyped for this game. And you tend to make mistakes sometimes when you're like that.
He's got to lose a game.
Sometimes.
I don't know if this is going to be it.
No. I mean, I'm just surmising. In reality, Montreal should win.
Yeah. I don't. This is a tough game to pick.
Yep.
I honestly, I'm taking Montreal because I believe in Davis Alexander. I like the way he plays football. The defense on Montreal is very solid. You're correct. I haven't seen a running game out of them. So if Winnipeg can shut down the receivers to put some pressure on Alexander, we haven't seen him play with adversity.
Nope.
We have never seen him play where he's challenged. Don't know. I'm going to take Montreal, but I'm not confident. Scott, what do you want to do?
Yeah, this is, like you said, this is a hard one. My big thing is Winnipeg's offense is not gelling right now, so to say. And right now it's a matter of, can you keep Zach Collaros away from rolling to the outside and finding his receivers? And Montreal is a very strong defense. I'm going Montreal at 50.
You can't. Charles did.
I will go 51, if that's possible.
Okay. Montreal 51. William, on your comment about Brady Oliveira being an excellent running back, and he 100% is, but they have not been utilizing him in the back half of this season.
Which don't even get me going on that, because we've went on and on and on and on about this. Okay, it's just stupid.
Paul Hogan doesn't know how to call a game.
For example, the Calgary BC game, if Calgary doesn't give Mills the ball at least 25 times,
They're stupid.
yes,
BC
they
can't
are.
stop the run.
That's correct. Well, you know
Well,
what I mean.
they've been better at it, but the first part of the season they couldn't. So,
But I've always believed in, and me and Rick think the same way. If you run the ball at people for the whole game, it pays off in the third and fourth quarters.
yes,
And
even if
Oliveira's a
it
power.
doesn't pay dividends in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oliveira's a power back. He needs the same thing. He needs to. If they don't whether it's handoff or dump passes at least 20 times, no
Yeah.
go.
No. And so many of these offense coordinators don't give it to their running backs. Like even BC doesn't give it to what's his face enough. So
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Mike, what would you like to do?
I think the Davis Alexander factor is going to be too much for Winnipeg. He has a tendency of he makes Montreal better. I don't understand why, but it seems like the offense and the defense play better when he's behind the center. It's Montreal in 55.
Well, look at last game. Montreal had all their starters out except for Alexander, and they shit the bed.
Well, McLeod Bethel Thompson was playing terrible.
As usual.
yeah.
I actually had a Montreal fan send me a note that you won your Edmonton team won that trade with Cody Fajardo.
Absolutely.
No. I don't know. I've seen McLeod Bethel Thompson play some good football.
Yeah, he has.
He has, but nothing consistent.
No, he's hot and cold.
I think
neither's Fajardo. So let's.
I also think MBT is an issue in the locker room. To be perfectly honest,
I think he's a miserable piece of crap. And
he is.
yes.
And I think he's nasty in the locker room. And I know the guys on TSN's desk are always picking on this guy, and he's always making comments in his interviews about what the guys on TSN said about him. So,
yeah.
Well, every time he walks off to the sideline, he's yelling at somebody.
Yep.
I think it's time for MBT to retire.
I think he's close.
He doesn't need it.
He's another guy who I think he just came this year for the paycheck. Apparently his wife makes a lot of money too.
Yeah, he doesn't need the money.
You know what? I agree with you, Will, but I heard the same thing about his wife, and that she had this awesome position with Disney or something.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of research, and she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that she's got a bad position. I'm just saying she's not.
So in November, I might run into her at Home Depot. She could be one of my workmates.
Possible.
Charles is in town.
Look at this.
Charles.
Late to the game, Charles. How you doing,
I'm
buddy?
here. I'm good.
Okay, so we're just
half.
yeah, it is literally the second half of our picks too, because we just finished the Montreal Winnipeg game.
All right.
Of which I've got your picks. I've also got your BC picks, but we can let you do that.
Fair enough.
So, So this the next game is the BC Lions into Saskatchewan. Or sorry. This is the Calgary Stampeders. I don't want to jump
think
the
I threw
gun
you
there
off.
by a week, eh? This is the Calgary Stampeders coming into BC for the Western semifinal. We have a CFL Pick'em Media has straight across BC Lions have picked this one. It is BC 4.5 favorites with the over-under of 53.5. Sparky has BC at 53. Rick has BC at 58. CJ has BC at 54. And I want to show you guys something here for a second. Here, look at this. What does this say? Stomp the stamps. That's what's going to happen. BC Lions are going to take out the Stampeders on their way to Regina. or sorry, on the way to Winnipeg via Regina. Okay. Gotta call him as you see him, right? Okay, so that's kind of what it is. Charles, I'll let you talk next. You got your
Hello.
score. Do you remember what it was?
I believe I said BC 55.
You did.
There
And
we go.
why?
Quite frankly, I think BC's a better team. The Stamps have played a little bit better of late, but I'm still not a big fan of their defense. Their defense, which looked so good early on, really struggled down the stretch. Their offensive line just didn't play nearly to their potential, and I just think all in all, when you put it together, jelly together, BC's just a better team. I just think I like the fact that they're at home. I would like Calgary's chances a lot better with this within Calgary. Lions have become a very good team at home. Nathan Rourke is good at home. And I'm going to be honest, Vernon Adams Jr. typically has not shown very good in pressure games. I don't like saying that because, quite frankly, I like Vernon Adams Jr. I was always a fan of him here. I liked him before he was here. But he has struggled in games, even this year, in the 2 games against PC. I thought the very first game, the game in Calgary, he just looked like he had just worked himself up so much that it just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? He kind of psyched himself out. And I thought he was a little better in the game in Calgary. But again, he made a lot of mistakes in that game. And just quite frankly, he has not come through in the clutch games when he needs to. Not to say he can't. I'm not going to sit here and say he can't. I just think BC's defense is playing better, and BC overall as a team are playing better. So I'm going to take BC in this game. Like I said, BC 55.
Okay. Right over to Stampeders fan William.
You know, so the game's in BC.
Yep.
And it's against the BC Lions, who have been fantastic the last 5 games of the year. And I mean, even if you think about the game last weekend, I mean, holy crap, their defense held Jake Mayer to 154 passing yards. They're a juggernaut, I'm telling you. The whole Jake Mayer to 154 yards, wow, you got to be good. Anyways,
sarcasm alert.
That's the sarcasm he's not
is
allowed
that
at Home Depot
sarcastic?
with.
Okay, well, here's something that's not sarcastic. Calgary has no chance. I don't even know why they're playing the fucking game. So I am gonna pick the BC Lions at 52.
You know
At
why
52.
he's doing this,
Yes,
don't
sir.
you?
That's what I'm doing.
No way. I don't
Yep.
accept that score.
Yep. I don't care. BC 52.
I don't accept that score. Pick something else.
Okay,
Pick
BC
Edmonton.
51. BC 51.
Pick Edmonton or Ottawa.
Nope. BC.
You know what? Maybe let him pick BC. Maybe it's turned around because he picked BC last time and they won.
Because I've seen all the big games Nathan Rourke has won, and so Calgary doesn't have a chance. Is that sarcasm?
So,
yes, it is.
Just because Scott and Mike are relatively new,
Yes.
every time William picks BC to win, they lose.
Mhm.
Okay?
That'll work.
When
So there's some
BC is
strategy
supposed to
behind
win,
that.
and
No,
Will picks them,
BC
they
BC
lose.
is supposed to win this game hands down. I don't even
I know,
know.
and that's why Calgary's going to win.
I think Calgary should just like say, "Hey guys, we give up because
Participation.
we're not a
trophy.
very good football team."
Just mail it in, eh?
After all, BC did trade the worst quarterback that they've had out of the 2. So, anyways, let's do it.
Well, they did, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. And please do me a favor, guys. Don't talk about this game during it online if you can help it,
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to talk
Because-
about like
why?
crazy now.
because I have to go see my grandkids on Saturday, and I'm not going to be able to watch the game.
Turn off your phone,
Yeah, I'm going to.
okay? Because
I'm going
it's
to.
not going to stop us from talking. You got to turn off your phone.
I will.
Can't you watch the game on your phone?
I don't want to watch the game. I'm supposed to be spending time with my grandkids, Mike. My wife gets really pissed at me when I watch football when I have the grandkids there, okay?
Okay.
Well, I think it's pretty bloody inconsiderate that she's doing this during a playoff game.
And
if
if
Patty's
you
there in
want
the
to,
background,
if you
like,
want to, you can phone her and have that argument with her. Okay, CJ?
hey, you
I'm
bring
not
her
going
on here
there.
right now, and I will be happy to say that to her.
I'm
I
not
love
going
Patty,
there.
but this is wrong.
I'm not going there. And it doesn't matter anyways, because I'm not a fan of BC and they're going to win. So, hey, it doesn't matter if I watch the game.
Stop saying such things.
Well, it's the truth. Go lie. Oh, well, you know what? But this is the scariest thing. This is the scariest thing. I may have to cheer for Saskatchewan for the first time in my life.
Why? When BC plays them?
Yes.
Why would you cheer for
well.
Saskatchewan?
I mean,
It's an easy
BC.
thing to do.
I mean, I'm hoping Saskatchewan's not going to be cruel to BC and put in Jake Merritt, because he's going to rip them apart. I guarantee you.
You never know. You never know.
Never know, baby.
That 150 some passing yards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, but you're calling this game.
I think honestly this game's gonna be a lot closer than anyone gives it credit for. I actually struggled with my pick on this one for quite a bit. I am going BC at 55 for one specific reason. BC has something that Calgary does have but hasn't utilized. Nathan Rourke runs the football smart, and he runs when he needs to. And I don't know. I after watching him on the weekend here in Mosaic, that guy is the most slipperiest person I have ever seen escape tackle after tackle after tackle.
I only have one problem with what you said.
Yeah.
Charles picked 55.
Okay, I will pick 56.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
He's one of the best
No, that's
quarterbacks.
fine.
He's one of the best quarterbacks I've seen that can make something out of nothing.
Yeah. Ordinarily, I would say it's a problem, and he's going to get injured, and you never know. But he does it smart.
Yeah.
Like
I'm thinking he's got to be the greatest Canadian quarterback ever.
Here's the thing.
That's
Last
not setting
game,
the bar high, William.
last game
Since
when
Jerry DiTilio, okay, man, like wow.
last game in Mosaic, BC was I think it was 3rd and 2, and
Third
even the
and two.
announcers on TV were like, "Oh, they must just be trying to draw an offside."
Yep.
Rourke took the ball off to the side before the defender even got there, did his little whatever little spinny movie that he did, and just went. And I was like,
movie.
wow. Like it was I was sitting in the stands and I started clapping my hands. And everyone was like, yep. Like that's talent.
My wife and I had an argument the other day because I wanted to put a Nathan Rourke poster in my bedroom and she wouldn't let me. Okay.
You tried the swing move on her.
Maybe I will.
So, Scott.
Yes.
Nathan Rourke does the spin move and gets away, right?
Yes.
And Cody Fajardo does the spin move.
The problem is, here's the thing, though.
More yards.
Nathan Rourke spins towards the line of scrimmage. Cody Fajardo spins 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage. That's the problem.
They do the same thing.
Yeah, but Nathan Rourke's also a lot better than Cody Fajardo.
So didn't Mike say something earlier in the podcast that we can't pick on Edmonton anymore because they're eliminated?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sure
Mike. Sure we can.
The other reason I am so sure BC is going to win is because Calgary today signed Hunter Stewart, okay? Because their offensive line is decimated right now and they need a tackle. And I remember his tomato can days in BC because that's what he was a fucking tomato can.
Yeah.
And he's not a good offensive lineman. He's not good at all. So BC cut
playing,
him.
Or did they put him on the PR?
They put him on the PR, but I know they're going to play him because they lost both their tackles last week.
Yeah. Vernon Adams could be seeing a lot of Matthew Betts.
Oh,
yeah, I think so. Michael Dennis, you're last on this one. What are you going to pick?
I've got to pick It's got to be
Edmonton.
BC. BC and 54. I think
Oh, that's
that,
me.
oh,
Yeah.
53. I'll take 53. I
That's
think that
Sparky. You need 52.
52.
That's me. That's me.
No, you're 51.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take 52. I just think that
He's been moving it around, people.
Nathan Rourke is the best quarterback in the league. He's the best player in the league. He is. I just cannot see any scenario in which Calgary can compete with Nathan Rourke. I there's he is going to be so ready for that game in BC that he's going to dominate. I mean, he's got great wide receivers, great players around him. The defense has been playing extremely well the last 6 weeks. I'm all in on BC.
As long as the
You got
BC
the-
receivers can catch the ball, right?
They know how to catch the ball. So you do have the number 1 and number 2 running back in the league playing in this one game.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good chance neither one of them are going to see the ball.
One of them's going to get the rock.
Dave Dickinson doesn't run in the playoffs.
And I gotta go back. I gotta go back to you. Take a look at Vernon Adams in big games. If you take a look at what he did against my Edmonton Elks for 2 games, he did not play very well against the Elks. Fajardo beat him, was the better quarterback in both of those games. There have been other games in which he has been on the slide. I don't think he's going to be going back to Vancouver that traded him because they knew that Vancouver had the best quarterback in the league. I just can't see it.
But that also gives him motivation.
You know what? If he took it as motivation, I could do that. But it's almost like he's got this, oh, I'm not that good.
You're not wrong.
I don't believe that he has this arrogance about him. He's too nice of a guy. He doesn't have that arrogant attitude that you need to have, the killer instinct, and he doesn't have it.
If he can play confident, it could be a game.
But he can't.
The problem is he makes one mistake, throws one interception, and his confidence disappears.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Robert Carter Jr. Finley.
Finley's on a roll.
4
Finley's
picks
on a
in
roll.
4 games.
But to be fair, very fair, I mean, Mayer threw him the football. That wasn't really all that difficult.
That's just because he wanted to complete
I'm just
pass.
going to be fair. It wasn't a very hard pass to work for. That was a great timing pass. It was.
No, I think what happened was Mayer was very happy with the 154 yards he got against their defense, so he just decided, fuck, I'm good now.
Here's the thing, Will. Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this. I've watched him during this game, and I saw some good things from him. I did. I also saw some Mayer things from him. The problem isn't can he play the game. We've seen him play the game well. We have seen it very inconsistently. That's my problem. He goes out for one drive and it's like, holy shit, you're the best quarterback ever. And then he comes out for the next drive. You're like, what?
Those were the best 5. Those were the best 5 wins last year I've seen in Calgary's history. Okay,
I'm telling you.
Because let's face it, he only won 5 fucking games. Okay.
Do you want him back?
Yeah, no, thank you.
We'll send him back over.
When Jake Mayer first took over from Bo Levi Mitchell. When was that? 2019?
No, after.
2020? 2020 was a COVID year.
2020.
Yeah, because Levi's been in Hamilton 24 and 25, right?
Yeah.
Was he there in 23?
He was there, but he didn't play most of the season because of Mayer.
It's weird that you can make that statement.
He had the shoulder injury.
Right.
And then he went to Hamilton the first year and fucked it up again.
Once again, you can talk all you want about Vernon Adams not having confidence, but Jake Mayer, for example, he wouldn't even talk to the media. Like, he didn't know how to be a leader. And I think that's the biggest problem with him. He has some skills, but
I'll be perfectly honest.
You know what Jake Mayer needs? He needs to spend a
Cody
season
Fajardo?
with Cody Fajardo, a real quarterback that can lead his team to the promised land with the right
that's a
players
quarterback
around
in
him.
tandem if
Hey,
I ever
Mike,
heard of
That's
did
one.
why they're not
notice-
in the playoffs, right?
did you notice, Mike, that Killam was in Edmonton last year? He knows all about Jake Mayer, and he didn't try and sign him. So what are you
I'm just-
thinking, man?
Their team
Will,
would
I'm
be
just
out of
gonna say
playoff
this.
contention in week 1.
So
I'm gonna say this as well. I don't have to worry about that possibility until next year.
Yes, you do. But once
No.
again, and
If
And
Trevor
I ha-
Harris
Go
Harris
ahead.
goes down in the playoffs, we're done.
yes,
Plain and simple.
but you know what
So-
I have to worry about, right? Next
Sure.
year,
What's
I
that?
have to worry about Craig Dickinson being the head coach in Calgary.
Oh, dude. I will literally come to Calgary and bring you a cake with him on it. And
So-
you guys get to go
Why are you
bowling.
worried? Why are you worried
I was
about
actually
that?
going somewhere with this thing about when Jake Mayer took over from Bo Levi. And
Yeah.
Charles and myself, okay, both had said that Jake Mayer has some incredible promise, that Calgary is not going to miss a beat going from Mitchell to Mayer, that he looks strong and he looks great. And he did.
Yeah.
Okay. He did not evolve from that young
He
inexperienced
never did.
that promise that he had. It never went anywhere. And Will goes, no, he sucks. And we go, no, give him time. He's gonna, turn into this wonderful. He never did. He never grew. It was terrible.
The
Will,
difference
Will,
between
I was wrong. Okay. I was
Yes, you were.
wrong. I admit it. Jake Mayer's a loser.
the
Those were
difference,
lost
the-
years for the Stampeders.
you know what the difference between Jake Mayer and oh my Lord, I lost his name now.
Fajardo.
Cody Fajardo?
Fajardo?
Nope, that quarterback that won the Grey Cup in Calgary, Marcus Crandall.
Marcus
Crandall.
Crandall.
The difference between Jake Mayer and Marcus Crandall is Marcus Crandall won a Grey Cup. Pretty simple.
Yep.
Well, Marcus Crandall, he got 8 wins in that season, didn't he?
No, he got nothing. He had the best 22-yard passes ever in the history of the CFL, but after 22 yards, he couldn't throw the ball.
Why
Anthony
did
Calvillo made a
Saskatchewan
living doing
sign him?
that.
Why did Saskatchewan sign him?
Sign who? Mayer?
Mayer.
In my opinion, is because they along with the other person in the world did not think that Trevor Harris was going to make it through the season. So they needed something.
And I think what's his name was pretty still high on him.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan's OC.
Well, Mace was a part of Mace was somewhat a part of that system. So
No, he wasn't part of Mayer, but what's his name was?
no, but he was a part
OC.
of Calgary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the OC was.
Well, yeah. Mark
So-
Mueller there, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Mark
and
Mueller.
As
Mace
as
thinks highly
far
of
as
him.
backups go, Mayer's not a bad option.
Yes, he is.
He's terrible.
Would you rather have
No.
Jeremiah Mazzoli?
Okay, as
No.
a backup, he got 150 some yards.
In a nothing game.
But BC had something to play for.
We had something to play for.
Yeah, you had something to play for, but it wasn't the end of your season if you didn't win. Your backs weren't against the wall.
I'm not trying to sit there and say that Mayer is going to lead the Riders to the promised land in the future. That's not where I'm going. I'm okay
thinking-
with him as a backup. I'm okay with that.
So
I'm
what
thinking
are you
if-
two gonna do? And if Mayer by some miracle wins the Grey Cup, he actually ends up having to play in the Grey Cup and wins it. You two are gonna be sick.
No,
I
you
am
know
going.
what?
No,
If-
I am
if-
going to call Will up and say I told you he was a good
Yeah,
quarterback.
if that happens, Mike, if that happens, I'm gonna say to you to your face that NFL is good football. Okay?
But we've
He'll become a
experienced
Rider
this.
fan.
We experienced this in Toronto when MBT went down and Chad Kelly took over in the Grey Cup game and won it. We experienced this with Cody Fajardo in Montreal. There's no way that Cody Fajardo could have won a Grey Cup without that Montreal defense in there. Marcus Crandall won a Grey Cup. Just because they're terrible quarterbacks doesn't mean they don't win.
No.
Cody Fajardo
it's just consistency.
Once
Cody
again,
Fajardo
you've said
is a good
numerous times,
quarterback.
CG, it's a team game. It's about the team.
It's a team game.
Okay, so you
Mike,
can't
that's
win
not
with a
hard.
shitty.
To have
You
an
can
amazing
win.
quarterback.
You can win with a shitty quarterback, not very often. Like
You
for
can
example,
win, but not very often.
if you win a Grey Cup, the opposing team had to go out the night before and get drunk, okay, in Montreal. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Winnipeg.
You're bad. You're bad.
You can have an absolutely amazing quarterback on a shit team, and he's just going to get hurt. Mike Riley,
I don't know.
2019.
That's what Hamilton was here. They had
That's
an amazing quarterback on a shit team.
Yep.
Anyways,
That's like the Lions in 2019 with Mike Riley or whatever.
Oh, that was a terrible year.
Yeah.
we've
I
talked
felt so
enough.
bad for him.
You know what? We've talked about enough about the Lions today, so we should move on.
Hey, top of the news. Bob Dice has been fired.
Oh my God,
He's
really?
been relieved of his duties as the head coach of the Ottawa Red Blacks. No news on who his replacement is yet. They said that they will have open tryouts in the spring. No.
How do you try
you
out
try out a coach?
You put on a pair of khakis and a golf shirt and you walk up and down the sideline looking menacing.
No, I got a feeling
Rick Campbell's not
Ottawa's
going to win then because he can't look menacing.
going to do something stupid. Okay,
Of course.
so there's,
Yes, of course they are.
There's two stupid moves they could do. First one is promoting who to head coach.
Rick Campbell.
Craig Campbell.
Rick Campbell.
Campbell. Number two is, are you ready for this one? I was thinking about this today. They give Anthony Calvillo a chance to be the head coach because he's been in the CFL for 3 or 4 years, man.
I don't see that happening.
I don't think he'll leave Montreal.
You know what other stupid move happening than bringing Paul LaPolice back?
I think
that's more
They've been
favorable.
there. I don't think that's going to happen
I
again.
think that's done.
So is Rick Campbell.
But
true.
I think that's done. But I did think bringing BC's DC back would never happen again, but it's happened. So
I honestly think it's going to be between Rick Campbell and Henry Burris, to be honest.
I don't think Henry's got enough experience.
I don't think he does either.
Does that matter? In Ottawa?
It should.
Should.
In Ottawa? Yeah, it should, but will it?
Can I throw a wild card on the table?
Yeah.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Is Chris Jones coming back to the CFL?
No, not a chance.
No, it'd be stupid to do that.
Yeah.
He's
By
working
far
down
and away
with
the
Bill
worst
Belichick
head
right
coach
now.
and general manager in the history of the CFL.
Yep.
I'm glad you
We're
invited
gonna have
Scott
an
because
off-season debate on
finally
this one.
someone agrees with me.
I absolutely hate, not this one, but I actually hate Chris Jones. He's
okay.
worthless. He's worthless.
Let's back this up.
Oh God, are
Why?
we gonna have this conversation again?
No, we'll do it in the off season.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It'll take
So
6
Bob
shows
Dice
to...
is gone. We don't know who his replacement is, but this was 3 years too late.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Who,
say I'm going to
who
say
is-
one thing. I think
Yeah.
that Bob Dice is a very nice man. I think that the players, for the most part, liked him and did try to play hard for him. They were disorganized.
Craig Dickens.
They like him, but I don't think they tried to play hard for him. Okay, your statement was half right.
Craig
He's a
Dickinson
nice-
was a nice coach, too.
Yeah, I think
I like the man. I think he's a very nice man that belongs to he should be a coordinator.
yeah, but
100%.
But if you look at the head coaches in the CFL, okay, Jason Moss, asshole. Okay, Dave Dickinson is an asshole, believe it or not. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Buck Pierce is probably an asshole.
I don't. He's not a nice guy.
No. So you can't be a nice guy and be a head
Scott
coach. I don't think.
Milanovich, Ryan Dinwiddie.
Yeah, Jason
Okay.
or Corey Mace is
Corey Mace is not a nice head coach.
No, he is not. He is
Mark
not.
Gillum.
No.
Neither is Mark
Okay.
Killen.
Neither is
He
Mark.
can't be
Gillum.
a nice coach. You can't.
No. And Wally Buono was not a nice guy. Don
No.
Matthews was not a nice guy.
No.
Oh God, no.
John Huffnagel was not a nice guy.
No.
You don't want a nice guy for a head coach. And
Nope.
that is probably one of the things that you've got a problem with in Winnipeg, because Michael Shea is kind of a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a
Oh, I
damn
don't
good
know.
coach. He's a damn good
Is he?
coach.
Is he?
On a good team, yeah.
It's easy to coach a good team. But now that
It
he has a
is.
mediocre team, they're crossing over. So is he really that good?
And
Yeah, but
we're all gonna say, sorry, Mike, we were wrong if they get in the Grey Cup again this year.
Winnipeg is not
Not
getting to
through,
the
not
Grey
through
Cup.
the East. I think that's an
No.
easy
No
walk
way.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Winnipeg's getting to the Grey Cup, and I
No.
think
You
that
can't say no way. You can't say no way. Okay.
Never say never.
If you had asked all of us at the beginning of the year, do you think Cody Fajardo would be a starting quarterback in the CFL ever again? We would all said no.
No
I
fucking
would
way.
have said
happened.
yes.
And look what happened.
I still don't think he should have been.
I loved Cardi. I love Cody Fajardo.
I love Cody. Cardi
That's
B
because
actually
you don't
pretty
know
good.
anything different.
I think he's a good
Mike.
quarterback that you guys just
Look,
love to pick
Mike,
on.
look what he
Your
look what he
ignorance
did.
is cute, okay?
Mike, look what he did in the BC game. He decided to try to play superhero. He decided, I'm going to go ahead and win this game on my own. I don't need my teammates.
I agree.
And look what happened. When he was
He
in
lost.
Saskatchewan, he did the exact same thing. He said, I'm a
All the
superhero. I'm going to win this on my own. He went to Montreal. I'm a superhero. Now they did, but it wasn't because of Cody Fajardo.
But I
Or
will
the
say,
offense.
I will say this in his defense. This year, I've listened to every interview he's done, every press conference.
Yeah.
He has not thrown under one teammate. He's always been complimentary of his teammate, his offensive line, even
if he-
Trey Ford.
If he's growing that way, that's terrific. But it matters what you put on the field.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Or-
just for a second here. Scott, I
Yeah.
don't believe that he is growing. I think he's
don't.
realized that Edmonton, his last chance, if he fucks this up, he is gone.
He
He
can't
is
And
burn
he's
flipping
another
looking
birds
bridge.
and
for another.
hurricanes.
He's looking
Okay.
for another contract, Mike.
But here's the thing.
So-
Here's the thing. Cody Fajardo will land somewhere because the CFL is desperate for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's
Sad,
going to land somewhere,
but
and he
true.
will start. And
I
it'll be
mean-
in Edmonton.
You
Well,
think about it.
I think-
You got Mazzoli, who's got one leg. Okay. You got McLeod Bethel Thompson, who's just like, I don't know, he's a pylon most days.
Yeah, he's
Okay, so
finished.
there's lots of shitty quarterbacks as backups. Okay, Cody's one of them.
I just don't believe that there's no way we're going to play Trey Ford. I don't
No.
even think Trey Ford's going to be
No,
on
of
our
course
roster.
not. He's not.
They've
I
already
believe he
said
will.
that.
Yeah.
They've already said that.
Trey
was
Ford's
funny
going to
when
be Trey Ford's
Yeah.
going to be the backup at BC.
When they
I
had
hope
an
he is.
interview with Mark, when they had an interview with Mark Hill, they said, "What do you want to do with Glenn Suter?" They said, "What do you want to do with Trey Ford?" He said, "I'm not talking about my quarterback situation till the season's over." He said, "What about
Correct.
Cody?" "Oh, Cody's a great quarterback. Me and him think alike. Me and him are this. Me and him are this." Oh, okay. I guess
You gotta
And
sell it
here's the
before
thing.
you do it.
Well,
you
Ed-
don't put Trey. You don't put Trey Ford in the game against Calgary when Cody did nothing. Why not give the guy some reps as if he's a possibility? See if he grew.
Well, Ed Hervey
not.
said in his last press conference that Trey Ford might be better in another situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he would.
That's
Yeah,
very
one where he's
telling
not
right there.
playing football for the Edmonton Elks.
Send him over to BC. Send him somewhere he
So-
can grow.
I had a conversation with Bobby Ford the other day.
Oh, did you? He's talking to you again?
I reached out to him, okay? And I said they didn't play Trey at all. Is he done in Edmonton? I'd love to see him backing up Rourke in BC. He can learn a lot. His response was, I just hope he gets the hell out of Edmonton. And I says,
Well,
and I
because
go,
none of this is Trey Ford's fault, right?
No.
no.
He never had a
no.
quarterback to teach him.
He was put into a position that was not favorable. They tried
No,
to
it
make him
wasn't.
something he wasn't way too quickly.
He was working under Cornelius.
So
Which
Bobby
then
comes back and says he needs good coaching.
what?
He said
He
he
said
needs
that?
good coaching. They don't have a quarterback coach. He's not wrong. So, and I continued on and I says he needs a mentor. And I
Yeah.
says the CFL's gone away from developing quarterbacks properly, yada, 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 goes on and on and on. And his final answer to me was, thank you. I totally agree with what you said. Thanks. I hope Cody finds a good home. All right, sorry, Trey finds a good home. So Bobby and I are on, we're on good terms again.
Honestly, in the CFL before, Trey Ford would have never seen a starting job for at least 5 years. He'd have
Exactly.
started
And
as
he
a
shouldn't
third
have.
stringer, worked his way up to second string, and then got in the starting position. They brought in Trey Ford and just threw him to the wolves right away. That doesn't work. Especially when
Well,
he
they had no-
clearly wasn't ready to be a starter right from the beginning. Anyone could see it, but they kept pushing it. And then we got to the offseason, and then they tried to do it again this year, and it didn't work.
You want
The
to know
team
why,
listened to the
Charles?
fans.
Why?
And that's the problem. Why is that, Scott?
That's the problem.
The problem is
Right.
in Edmonton, he had Chris Jones as a coach,
That's correct.
and he
Well,
likes
that's also-
playing. He likes
Chris
tossing
Jones is not an
quarterbacks.
offensive coach. He doesn't like quarterbacks. And he
No.
didn't like Trey Ford.
Yeah, but he just doesn't matter. He just keeps throwing different quarterbacks in, hoping something will eventually work.
Yeah, because he doesn't know how to coach offense.
I
Nope.
said, I've been hard on Trey, but I wasn't wrong. He was not ready for the job. They set him up to fail, and he did in a massive way. Not his fault, but he needs to go to BC, maybe Calgary. Hamilton would also be good. Jason Moss in Montreal would work well. Those are his 4 landing spots, in my opinion, in the league. Would be the best
But-
place for him.
He can't. He won't be able to learn in Hamilton because Bo Levi's likely retiring.
No, he's not. He's playing.
No.
Yeah,
He's playing one more year.
yeah, that's not enough for Trey Ford.
No, he needs more.
No, he
He needs more than that. But
He
he-
needs
At
BC.
least.
Who's the coach in Hamilton?
Stop Milanovic.
Milanovic.
Exactly.
I might get in trouble for this, but you know what? I think Bo this year, if he retires, they need some color on TSN's desk for CFL games.
He wants to do
You
it.
talking about
he
they're
wants,
all black in there.
he wants to
Yes.
go on the panel.
White is a color, CJ.
We haven't had a white guy on there since Dunnigan.
No. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where Bo's headed. I betcha.
Yeah.
I betcha.
But we need more Claire Hannah on that show.
Oh God, stop it.
You're working yourself up there, Mike.
Hey, Mike, we've gotten
Yeah.
to know you a little bit better now. When did you have the traumatic brain injury?
Injury.
How long ago?
Not too long ago.
Oh,
Not
okay,
too
that
long ago,
explains
he's a
a
fan
lot
of
stuff.
Cody. He's still a fan of Cody, so it was recent.
I just
Explains a lot of stuff.
got a crush on Claire Hannah. I'm sorry.
We had no idea.
I'd have never guessed.
She's not
At least-
impressed.
At least it's not Chris, or what's his name? The mustache dude or the hair dude.
Luke Wilson.
Thank you, Luke Wilson.
Oh,
They have the similar hair.
Yeah, but
Yeah, sorta.
Claire Hannah's got a better body.
You know what? This is
Dude,
a live
it's not.
show.
No,
Ah, sorry,
no,
sorry.
no.
How you doing, Charles?
We're good.
Are you going to the game
Okay.
on Saturday, Charles? Of course you are.
Of course, yes, I am.
He's already got his ticket. It was like
Yeah.
hours, minutes after the game.
I'm going to be honest. I bought him last week.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say they probably started selling them early.
They did.
Refresh my
They
memory.
started a week
Refresh my
before.
memory. Did last year, where was the semifinal?
Last year's semifinal was in Saskatchewan.
And they lost, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
VA was not great in that game.
No,
No.
he was not.
No, he was
it
still
cold?
injured.
Was it cold?
No,
No.
No, actually, it wasn't all that bad.
no, no. It wasn't a cold game. And you know, I'm even looking at the forecast in Winnipeg for the Grey Cup, and it's not going to be cold.
Not supposed to be. No, not all that bad.
No. But you know, this Saturday coming up, the weather forecast in BC and Vancouver for the Stamps Lions game doesn't fucking matter.
Nope.
No, we got a roof. We're going to
fucking
stay
matter.
dry.
Gonna
As
go
I've
there.
said,
Charles
as
going to
I've
go there in a
said,
t-shirt.
as I've said since last year when I went to the Grey Cup, I would prefer that the Grey Cup's in Vancouver every year.
I wouldn't dispute that.
I've never watched a Grey Cup in a t-shirt until
It'd be
last
nice
year.
because the game would always be decided on talent.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
I hate
that's
it
true.
when I hate it when the weather decides a game.
I.e. 2018, Charles.
That awful field in Edmonton.
Yep.
They should have, honestly, they should have never played that game. That field was basically unplayable. Why they
Well, no,
allowed
but-
that?
Yeah, but bottom line is that game they should have taken more. They should have looked at the field better. Like they should have taken better care of it.
Yeah, that didn't have to be like that, but they
No.
didn't care.
You
No.
still have natural grass then?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think
No.
they're turf then.
They're turf.
Edmonton, yeah. It has
Edmonton's
natural grass.
Edmonton's getting a new turf next year.
Yeah, it's natural grass right now.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
No, it's
turf.
not. It hasn't been natural grass for a long time.
It's
For a long
turf.
I just didn't
Who
know
has
when it
natural
changed.
grass then?
No one.
Nobody.
They changed-
Toronto.
Oh,
BMO
Toronto.
Field is the only
Someone does. I know that.
BMO has
Toronto,
natural
okay.
grass except the end zones.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
for soccer. Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so next on the agenda here, CFL schedules moved up 1 week in 2027. So not this coming year, but the one after. We're going to start everything 1 week earlier, including the Grey Cup game is going to be a week earlier and everything else. So we're going to be playing playoffs before Halloween. And the Grey Cup game is in
Around
Calgary.
November 7th or something.
Calgary.
Calgary.
Well, that's
Yeah,
you're
it's in
talking
Calgary.
but next year, yeah, and then the week after, a year after, in Saskatchewan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So next year's Calgary.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So this will be the schedule's moved up for the Saskatchewan Grey Cup,
Yeah, 27.
27.
Which is
Mhm.
okay in Saskatchewan. What's it like there now?
I mean, we're sitting at around 10 degrees during the daytime high.
Which
That's
is great.
not bad.
No, that's not bad.
This weekend, we're single digits, but still above zero.
Yeah.
In Saskatchewan, anything above 0 is a plus.
If the sun's out, it's nice. If the sun's out.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So I disagree with moving the schedule. I know we've had a debate over the last week about this. I seem to be the only one that has an issue with going heads up against the Stanley Cup playoffs in the beginning of the season. And I don't know. It has
Yeah,
good
but I
points, it
still
has
I
bad
still
points.
believe in my heart of hearts that if you're a hockey fan, you're a hockey fan. If you're a football fan, you're a football fan.
If you're Canadian, you're a hockey fan. If you're an American, you're a football fan.
I promise you, my brother Rick hasn't watched a hockey game in 30 years.
Neither have I.
So,
but let's be real.
But look at
Hardly-
Charles.
I watch
Charles.
both.
Exactly.
How
yeah,
often
but you
are
know, you see, the thing
Well,
is, I find that I don't have the time to watch all the sports I've loved to watch my whole life. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's why TSN, Sportsnet, and my PVR are fantastic because I can watch everything in a quarter of the time.
Here's the thing: when you look at the CFL competing with the NHL, there's never Canadian teams in the playoffs or that last anywhere, and the only one is Edmonton, and you know they're going to shit the bed when they get there.
They lose all the time.
So I'm neutral on this. I don't have an opinion one way or another on it.
Like if
Just
there's a
think that if
there's
you're
a Stanley,
trying to get new fans into the CFL, this is not the way to do it.
Why? What?
I don't
What
think it
difference?
makes a
What
difference.
difference? What's the difference between 1 week? It's not that big of a deal.
It is because that's even more of the playoffs. And Canadians watch hockey. That's just a fact. Okay. And Rick hasn't watched a hockey game in 30 years. I haven't watched a hockey game in 30 years, but we're already CFL fans. You're not marketing to me. Okay. You're marketing to other Canadians who are not yet CFL fans. Well, they're definitely watching hockey. So how do you get them away from hockey during the playoffs to watch CFL games? You're not.
Why can't you be both?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
The
of
CFL
all
got
sports
one
fans,
game a
Charles
week.
isn't a fan of everything. What's happening in the World Series? Because I have no idea.
They're just
Toronto-
finished
Toronto
game
won.
5. Toronto won. They're up 3-2.
Headed back to Toronto.
Yes.
Toronto's up 3-2.
Toronto's up 3-2, and they're back to Toronto for game 6 and 7 because it's a
They
2-3-2
won-
series.
They won 6-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they actually might win the World Series at home.
Yeah, they've actually crushed
If-
the Dodgers the last 2 games.
There's-
They've outscored them 12-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that one good hitter that they just keep walking.
Yeah.
I saw that Bragger throw from the outfield there. It was pretty amazing.
Please tell me
Barker?
we're not. Please
Barker.
tell me we're not talking about baseball.
No, we're
Oh,
not.
yeah, that's the
I
question.
know
can't
we're
stand the
done now.
game. I can't stand the game. But I just wanted to know because it is a big sports thing. I know Charles is following it. And, just wanted to see what's going on.
Well, it's because of that series that the games this Saturday are earlier because they announced that both the Eastern and Western finals were going to
Will
An hour
they change
earlier.
them?
ahead an
Will they
hour.
change them? Will
Um,
they change them or not?
No, not that late. It'd be too late in the date because
Yeah.
let's say Toronto wins in 6, but that's the day before. They're not going to give people 24 hours notice that they're changing it back.
No, they're going to keep it.
Right.
It's not really that significant.
1
so-
hour is not big deal, I don't
But
think.
it's going to be over before the finals. It's going to be over before the Grey Cup. So it's really not an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Saturday, no matter what.
Saturday's the last possible day. And it may not
Okay.
even get there. We don't know yet.
Okay. That it was my curiosity was more about how it's interfering with the CFL than
Yeah.
actually wanting to talk about baseball. But I didn't want to really lead out with that. Okay. Hamilton Tiger Cats, Montreal lead the league with 11 divisional all-star selections. That's kind of a misnomer because when you only have 2 teams in your division that are playing decent football, it's a lot easier to fill up the all-stars. But when you've got 4 teams in the Western Division that are all playing fairly well, then you can't get as many all-stars. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
It's divided
Mhm.
between more teams in the West than it is in the East. And it's always been that way. So you
I
can't
don't know.
turn around and say, well, Hamilton's amazing because they got 11 divisional all-stars. But it's the Eastern Division.
Yeah.
Ottawa was showing up this year, so they should have had some more.
They got a couple.
They have a lot of potential.
They do.
But I mean, they
They
even
do.
got a couple on the team this year. Eugene Lewis is on, and there was at least one or two other
Okay.
guys. Lewis
So
Ward, I
let's
think,
go
maybe.
through
I
this
don't
list
know.
really quickly.
Okay.
On offense, the Western Division. What just happened? 3 Down Nation. Okay. Come on.
You okay, CJ?
No, it's fucking stupid pop-ups on 3 Down Nation. Okay,
That's what
That's
So-
how
so
they pay the bills.
here's our offensive lineup. Quarterback on the West is Nathan Rourke. In the East, it's Bo Levi Mitchell. Running back is Derek Mills in Calgary, Greg Bell in Hamilton. Receiver is Nick Dembski in Winnipeg, Kenny Lawler in Hamilton. Another receiver is in the West is Keon Hatcher and Tyler Schneid in Montreal. And receiver Keyshawn Johnson and Keandre, no, there's no L in that. Keandre Smith in Hamilton. Dante Myers and Eugene Lewis. There's your counterparts. Oh, Justin McInnes and Justin Hardy. So Saskatchewan's got a pair of receivers in there. BC's got a pair of receivers in there. Hamilton has 3, 4. Fuck off with 3 Down Nation. Okay, the center is Logan Furland from Saskatchewan or Justin Lawrence in.
Montreal.
These are not the awards, right? These
No,
are just
these are
This is the All-Star team.
CFL All-Stars.
just as the all-stars, right? Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
Division All Stars.
At guard in the West, we have Zach Williams and Jacob Brammer. So Calgary and Saskatchewan represented. Fuck. And in Brandon Rievenberg from Montreal, or Hamilton, sorry, and Pierre-Olivier Lestage on Montreal.
Yeah.
Yoshi is the offensive tackle from Saskatchewan with Quentin Barrow in Hamilton. And Jarrell Broxton, BC, and Nick Callender from Montreal. Defense, Matthew Betts, Isaac Berglund.
Demi Berglund.
Yeah,
I did
I
Demi
don't know.
Demi Berglund, yeah.
Demi
I don't know. I
Berglund.
wish somebody else would do this because I can't pronounce this shit. Clarence Hicks, Julian Hauser. I don't know. We'll just go through the list real quick. It's everybody there.
Yeah.
Halfbacks.
It's a long list.
It's a long list.
Yeah, it's a long list. It's every position.
Yeah.
So jumping down to special teams, we got Sean White and Liam Hiralahu as kickers. Punters, we got Mark Vassett from Calgary and Joseph Zima from Montreal. And special teams, Trey Vaval, Winnipeg, and Terrell Richards in Montreal.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody can read anything from 3 Down Nation with all these pop-up ads that jump in the thing and everything moves around.
They're crazy.
Fucking junk. It's gone downhill since what's his name left.
Who?
I don't know, the guy
Oh,
before
yeah.
Justin Dunk. Who started it? The guy from Hamilton.
I can't.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
trying to
remember
remember
his
what that
name.
guy's name was. It wasn't Justin? He didn't start it. Justin Duncan.
Oh.
Somebody else. I don't remember.
Okay, so we got another 3 Down article. So we're gonna see what we can do here. Edmonton Elks staring unpopular Trey Ford decision in the face. Ed Hervey is not one to mince words, and he did not do so when asked about Canadian quarterback Trey Ford's future. That's going to be a big discussion for us. I think this is one of those cases where we really have to evaluate whether or not the fit is right for him here, or maybe a fresh start for him is a big thing.
Translation, we're getting rid of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a nice way to say that.
He's gone.
Yeah.
So the 27-year-old signed a 3-year extension in December, which made him the clear franchise quarterback.
I can say unequivocally that he does not have the support of Mark Killam. Mark Killam does not want him to be the quarterback, and he's open. Killam said it's going to be Cody.
Yeah, I'm not sure he ever did.
Mark Killam was in Calgary for 20 years, Mike. He knows what good quarterbacks are.
Yeah, but he's not. Can't say Cody Fajardo's one. Come on.
You gotta go with what you got, buddy.
I hope he's looking.
He's the best of the worst.
Yeah,
Which
he's
then
not
gets
one.
me-
Yeah.
Do you
But he's
do you think Wally said way back when, all right, Marcus Crandall is my man? Not a chance.
No.
And Killam wouldn't if he had options.
Correct.
Trey Ford would look good in the orange uniform of BC.
He would.
The lesser of two evils is still evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he can return kicks, yeah, he'd look really good in BC.
I don't know. I don't mind our kick returner.
Our kick return is pretty good this year.
Hey, but that's where the spin moves come into hand.
Trey Ford is a wide receiver. He is not a quarterback.
I could actually see that.
We can all see that. I mean, it's a Mark Sinopoli sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that he has some potential. I'm just not sure whether or not he's ever going to. It's the Jake Mayer scenario. Okay. He looks really good on paper, and then he starts to watch him play, and then you go, fuck.
I think I'd rather have Jake Mayer.
Then who?
Trey
But
Ford.
he's got more
Right now,
experience.
yes. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Ford needs to
Yeah.
learn. He needs to learn how to read a defense, and he needs to be groomed. He's had no one grooming him. He had Cornelius. He had a group of quarterbacks that didn't know fuck all.
So how do you groom
no.
him? Do you send him down to the States and hire a quarterback coach to groom him?
No,
No, you have to
put him
work under
as
someone.
You get him with a
you
good,
put him as a
good
backup
veteran.
behind somebody like Zach Collaros and you know what? I'm not even going to say Nathan Rourke is the perfect opportunity, because I still think he's learning more of the game than anything else. He's only 27 years old. You need somebody that's 32, 33 years old that's been down that road, not that's ready to retire like Collaros, Harris, or Mitchell, but somebody. He might be really good behind Vernon Adams.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of that could ruin that plan is if BC wins the Grey Cup, will Nathan Rourke want to come south again and try to make a shot at the NFL?
I'm
I hope
almost
not.
torn. I think he learned enough on the last time that he needs to win 2 or 3 Grey Cups before he's going to get a serious shot down there.
But yeah, like a guy like Warren Moon did. He won 5 Grey Cups with the Eskimos
And Doug Flutie.
before he ever went to the NFL.
Doug Flutie went to the
multiple Grey
NFL, and
Cups.
he had to work for his shot, and he was killer.
Personally, if you're really good in the CFL and you can be a quarterback and get 5 Grey Cups, you're gonna make good money. Why would you
Not
want to
here.
come? But why would you want to come down south and at best be a backup quarterback?
Money.
Hey, Mike.
Money.
Mike.
Money.
Mike. The top highest paid quarterback in the CFL is $600,000. What does a backup make in the NFL?
2 million.
Yeah. Bingo.
Okay. Now you're telling us earlier on that you're a financial wizard, right? So please show us that. Why
It's
would he
not-
want to go down there and be a backup?
Same
Ego.
reason why Straffler did.
Ego.
Mike, you're really lucky that Cody didn't make the Grey Cup because you'd lose him to the NFL next year.
Not a chance in hell.
Oh, I don't know. They've
But,
been scouting that spin move.
Yep.
like, it's so effective that Rourke's doing it now.
Yeah, well, Rourke is like, wow, that's incredible.
You see, but on the other hand, guys, why would a guy like Trey Ford want to go to BC or want to go anywhere for that matter? Because he's only going to make backup money.
Mm-hmm.
And if Rourke sticks around, they're the same age, so he's not going to get much playing time.
But you develop and then you move on to a different team that needs you.
Yeah, but the
Learn.
only way you develop is by playing games.
No backup plays games. And actually, in all honesty, Rourke's kind of been injured a lot. So, he would get to play games in BC. But that's
But I
not the
mean, if
point.
you think about if you think about in the past, the quarterbacks we thought that were going to be great that were backups have not turned out very well.
Every quarterback that's
the most
amazing in
part,
the
that's true.
CFL today was a backup.
Sorry.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Every quarterback in the CFL that is amazing right now or ever was a backup.
Started the backup. Yep.
I mean, realistically, you're looking
So then-
at Hamilton will need a quarterback. Saskatchewan will need a quarterback. Who else?
Winnipeg, Ottawa.
Winnipeg.
Everyone.
Everybody.
The only teams that don't need a quarterback are going to be Montreal, BC, and Calgary.
No, Calgary still needs a quarterback.
I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
He's been in the league for 10 years, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
How old is he? 32, 31, 30? I can't remember.
At 32, but
Yeah.
he's not too old.
No,
you
he's
have to
not.
look at what is out there, though, still.
Yeah.
For what's out there, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just emotional.
In honesty, there's
maybe
three
Jake-
quarterbacks in the CFL right now that are going to be here in 2 years.
Maybe Jake Mayer, cuts his teeth in Saskatchewan and then Calgary resigns him.
Let me know. I'll send him back over to you. Let me know. I'll pay for his bus ride.
He's
over
like, you
there.
can have him right now if you want.
Yeah, I'll pay for the bus ticket.
Okay, because I don't think PJ Walker is going to be anybody, to be honest with you.
No.
So,
Well, who's taking Chad Kelly?
Nobody.
Oh, he'll
Toronto
sign.
keeping him.
I doubt it.
I still say I'd see him maybe in Winnipeg.
I don't think
Yeah,
we'll
me
see
too.
him anywhere.
I do.
I don't. I think he's a problem.
He is a problem, but
He definitely
other
a problem.
Here's another big problem. CFL needs quarterbacks.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but at what cost?
If Cody's still around, Kelly will still be around.
Chad Kelly's
But-
12 times the quarterback Cody Fajardo is.
Yep. He's not a
I'll
bad
give him that.
quarterback.
He's not a bad quarterback. He's just a fucking dick.
He's an idiot.
Well, he's got to learn to leave that dick in his pants. Is what he needs to do.
be
Well,
quiet.
he's married now, isn't he? Not that
I don't
that
know.
matters. I know he was engaged.
Who cares?
He won't be back in Toronto because Toronto didn't play him when he was apparently good to go. And why would you when Nick Arbuckle was not the problem? He was putting up yards.
Number 3 quarterback in the CFL in yards.
At one point he was topic of MOP.
Yeah. Wow.
So for what that's worth at the time. No, I can see Chad Kelly going over to Winnipeg. because they need a quarterback. And their
Well,
Winnipeg's
I mean-
hopes of one of these college quarterbacks coming in and lighting it up is not happening.
Historically, Calgary or Toronto and Hamilton have been trading quarterbacks back and forth. Maybe he'll end up in Hamilton,
Oh, you
and
never
then
well,
the Ticat fans will have the fit.
I think Hamilton would be okay moving forward with Taylor Powell.
I think so too.
From the limited time he's had, he's performed pretty well. And Bo Levi is not a bad person to learn from.
Boy,
Now-
why? He really shared his wisdom with Jake Mayer.
But here's the problem
Gave
there.
him his
I
job.
think Bo Levi
Yeah.
was a very selfish person in Calgary. But
Yeah,
he went
at
over
times
to
it could be.
He went over to Hamilton and learned how to play quarterback. Learned how to actually deal with pressure. He didn't have pressure in Calgary.
And that was my point for those many years that Will and I butted heads. That he went to Hamilton, became a real football player.
I mean, you have to have. He still had talent in Calgary. Don't get me wrong. You need to read a defense. You need to know where those guys are going to be. But it's one of those. It's not hard to coach a good team. It's not hard to be a quarterback behind a stellar offensive line. When the ball
Correct.
is in and out of your hands and 1, 2, 3, it's out. You can't. No one has the time. Bets can't get there in that amount of time.
Okay, guys, we're going long on this one. I think we're going to wrap this show up.
Yeah.
It's just talking about football. I mean,
Yep.
we could go on for another 2 hours, I'm sure,
We could.
Oh, easy.
and enjoy it. But I got to upload it to YouTube, so I'm going to shut the show down. And this has been Let's Talk CFL podcast episode 628. I've been your host, Christopher Jones. We're going to watch some playoff football this weekend. We're going to watch the BC Lions stomp the Stamps. And I think we're going to watch Davis Alexander extend his unbeaten streak. My opinion, who knows? Maybe it comes to an end.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Okay, say goodnight, Scott.
Good night from Regina. Watch football this weekend. It's going to be good.
Can't be bad. William.
Good night, everybody. Watch the Montreal Winnipeg game this weekend. Don't watch BC and Calgary because Calgary does not have a hope of winning. So you're wasting your afternoon. Go do something else. Play with your kids. Go play pickleball or something, man, and have a good time.
And if Calgary starts winning, make sure you message Will a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private message him. I'll post up his phone number so you can text him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mike, say goodnight.
Well, good night, everybody. And if you get really bored, you can go into YouTube and watch Edmonton Elks highlights from the whole season.
Why?
So you can
Why?
watch a future
Why?
CFL champion.
You can do that in
Scott,
one
it's only
bathroom
30
break.
seconds.
I think that
Don't
video
worry
is like
about it.
90 seconds long.
It's a
Yeah,
bathroom
it's,
break.
it's not very long.
Go for Jardo.
I heard he's going to be on the
Charles.
TSN panel.
No, he's not. Really?
Charles, say
No.
goodnight.
Okay.
Good.
He'll wear white socks with a suit.
Good
He'll
night,
be on the
folks. The
camera
playoffs
doing
are
spin
here.
moves.
Hey, Charles is talking now, guys.
Good night, folks. The
Sorry.
playoffs are here. Enjoy the playoffs round one. It's usually some of the best football we see all year. So enjoy it. We'll talk about it next week.
Hey, take care, everybody. Signing off.